Hey, it's Joel here with Experts Unleashed, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to make money online and land your first gig as a high-paid expert. Now, this topic is really important, especially for those of you who are starting to, find your footing and want to go land your first gig. But it's also really important for those of you who are already, making money, or you're doing a side hustle and maybe you're interested in pivoting to a new market or a new niche. That's what we're going to be talking about today. I want to talk to you about back in the day when I was an engineering professional. I was setting up as my first gig. I was working for 8 months as an engineering design professional. So we were designing heating and cooling systems for commercial office buildings, schools, and hospitals. And so I was working for this design firm, drawing CAD, doing CAD layouts and drawings, and I absolutely hated it. Now, deep down, this was really painful and really hard for me because I just gone to school for 5 years to get my bachelor's degree as an engineer, as a mechanical engineer, and I knew within like 2 months that this was not for me. I really didn't want to do it. And by month 8, I had already started looking for new jobs. But internally, I was struggling because I'm like, man, what are my parents going to think? Like, how am I going to make money? How am I going to build a career? And I started to have all of these internal doubts, just questioning, was this 5-year decision the wrong decision? So I started looking for jobs, new jobs, and I stumbled across this open position for a sales rep for a commercial heating and cooling engineering vendor. So this vendor actually came into our office, 2 or 3 times a quarter to give presentations on different types of equipment that they wanted to sell to our engineering firm so we could design around their equipment. And so I applied for the job, and I ended up getting the job. I got the job offer. And I remember going back and forth, like, do I take it? Do I not take it? Do I take it? Do I not take it? And I ended up taking the job. It was quite possibly the biggest decision of my career. Now, the job was 100% commission only sales, which meant I ate what I killed. Now, this is really, really important to understand this concept, especially if you are pivoting into a new market that you don't really have experience with. Maybe it's a parallel market or an entirely new market in general. So this sales firm hired me to sell their equipment, and they basically said, hey, listen, we're going to give you a draw to start because we know that you're not going to be making sales, in the first few months. So we'll give you an advanced draw, but once you start making sales, we're going to deduct that draw from your commissions of what you sold. And then from there on out, we were 100% commission only based. So I did that for about 5 years, and I got my experience in the world of sales because up to that point I had 0 sales experience. And so I had gone from being an engineer to a salesperson. Huge shift, absolutely huge shift. Fast forward then, 5 years after that, I decided to leave my sales career and I jumped into the world of entrepreneurship. And now I was swimming in completely uncharted waters. I wanted to sell courses. I wanted to do anything really to make money online and provide a life for my family. And as I started, selling courses and looking at different opportunities, which, they were working, but I knew that I needed to land something that was going to sustain my life and provide me the income that I really needed. Because I was struggling for the first 12 to 18 months. I had actually ran out of cash, and I had hired a coach. I had paid him $10,000, and I said, hey man, I love what you're doing. I love your coaching program, but I'm out of cash and I need to figure out how to, really make this online business work. He put me in touch with, and I offered to do phone sales for him for free. Now, he didn't have an opening for phone sales, but he referred me to somebody else in his coaching program who was looking for a phone sales rep. Now, why do I tell you this? So I got connected with this guy who was looking for a phone sales rep, and it turns out he needed help with his webinar. And so I offered to do some advanced sales work for him and review his webinar for a commission-only cut, meaning he was paying me nothing if what I did didn't work. And so what I did work, and he started to pay me a recurring commission for every sale that we made. So what does that mean to you? Well, there are two ways that you can get fast experience in a completely new market. If you're interested in jumping into a new market, or you're just looking to get some experience and build up your portfolio. Option number one is you can offer to do a commission-only basis, meaning you provide the work for free upfront in advance for a performance-based pay. Now, this is great for sales and marketing professionals, and it's a great way to jump into a new market and fine-tune your skills, whether it's copywriting, whether it's phone sales, whether it's marketing, you name it. If it's tied to an end result of a sale, there's great opportunity for you to provide some goodwill up front. Now, many of you are probably thinking, okay, well, Joel, there's no way that I can do it because I'm just not in that field. Well, there's another way that you can provide a similar experience to this, and it's going to require some advanced thinking. And now, I want to refer you to a related video because I didn't come up with this idea myself. Actually, Charlie Hoehn did a TED Talk talking about how to give free work up front while prefacing the fact that you would like to be paid later. And so I'm going to include a link down below because it's an excellent talk, and this is a great way for you to enter new markets entirely if you don't have any previous experience. And this is going to provide a lot of goodwill and get your foot in the door to a lot of new opportunities that you haven't once considered. And I'm going to summarize it for you here, but I think it's very, very well done. And essentially what you do is you offer, as you start to pitch your services or jumping into markets and pitching your services into new markets, you offer to do 1 to 2 weeks worth of work for them for free, and you let them know, if you like my work, great, then we can discuss a longer term commitment. But if you don't like my work or you don't like the service that I provide, no problem, we can part ways. There's absolutely zero risk for you. Now, I think this is brilliant. We do lots of different versions of this when we jump into new markets, as you can tell. I mean, I did it in the commission-only sales world twice, going from engineering to sales, and then engineered sales to entrepreneurship and webinars and marketing, which I had never even touched before. That was how I was able to get experience with my with brand new markets. And so I want you to think about that and figure out ways that you can jump into new markets, offer to do some free work in advance, and say, hey, listen, if you like what I've done, then we can continue to do this work on an ongoing basis, or we can talk about me coming onto your team, or whatever the option is. And so I wanted to leave you with those two pieces of advice so you can land your first gig as an expert, even if you don't have any experience or you're looking to make an entirely new pivot to a brand new market.
Hope you enjoyed this video, guys. It is my mission to serve you and help you take your message, take your expertise, and monetize it for a professional service, for a professional world, right? I want to connect with the best of the best in the world, and I want to show you how you can leverage your expertise and turn it into a full-time income, if not more than a full-time income. So if you enjoyed this video, if you got some value out of it, go ahead and like and comment down below and share it with your audience so we can help spread this message and connect with many more experts out there. Till next time, it's Joel Erway here, and I'll see you then. Take care.